Hey everyone, we are here with Zach Smith, a Callaway Tour rep, and today we're going to go through Erik Van Rooyen, Gopher Standout, his bag here at the 3M Open. So Zach, take us through Erik's bag and maybe a couple of cool standout things that he's doing and what ball flight he's trying to achieve.
Yeah, for sure. Erik's awesome for us to work with. He's results driven, so we do a lot of things just to make sure we're meeting his expectations and goals with it. So start at the top of the bag. Probably the most unique thing he does is actually his elite driver. So if you can see there with it, he actually does not play with the weight in the back, trying to cut some spin. But he's a guy who we've tried several different models through the years, both triple diamond and kind of our core models. Really enjoying the forgiveness out of this and kind of front loading a little bit. We were able to cut some spin and keep his ball speed up. So that's been a really, really cool addition for him.
So
this
no
year.
back weight, as you can see in there. Obviously the lead tape. Any hot melt or anything to get the swing weight where it needs to be?
No, we were very fortunate with the heavy 14-gram waiter up front. A little bit of lead tape's all we had to do to kind of hit where we needed. So not always the case, but pretty fortunate in this field to get there.
All right.
Yeah.
So top of the bag, that's the driver.
Yeah, driver
and
there.
Different wood setups, obviously based on conditions of the course, but what kind of stands out with his top of the bag in terms of his fairway woods?
Yeah, for sure. So he's a guy, depending on course where we're at that week, elements, temperature, things like that, and what his needs may be. 7 wood does occasionally come into play here. So he does have the triple diamond 21-degree 7 wood in the bag. Kind of alternates a little bit with this utility iron, the old X4's UT he's had for years now. You can kind of see it's got some wear and tear on it, but like I said, he's a guy, he's all about results. If it works, we're going to leave it alone. If we're hitting his numbers, it's excellent. So that'll kind of bounce around a touch. And probably the most trusty club in his bag now has been going to the Mini. So he is still playing our AI Smoke Mini from last year. Pretty much every week this is in the bag. This is kind of his bread and butter. Loves to control his golf ball. Erik hits it a good ways, but I wouldn't say he's a bomber by any stretch out here. Precision off the tee is really, really important, and a lot of control with this club. So it's been a really nice piece for him.
And a little lead tape seems to be the theme, somewhat on the toe here.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely does not want to see it go left.
Yes.
Erik doesn't really curve the golf ball a whole lot, but if anything, he wants to see a tight fade. Pretty mid-trajectory, not super high. Obviously, as a tour player, he can do whatever he wants with it. But everything in his bag is set up in a way to be a little more right bias for him. So, yeah, a little lead tape here, and of course, adds a little character to the club as well.
Absolutely. We're going to save the putter for last because that's something pretty sweet.
Sure.
Let's move into the irons. Where is he playing?
Yeah, so he actually has a combo set. Starting with the 4-iron, we do play the Apex Pro in the 4. So something we do with a lot of our guys out here is, again, we're trying to hit a number, trying to hit a gap, trying to get the launch angle where we need it so he has some stopping power with it. So he does use the Apex Pro, which has cut face, a little bit more launch, a little bit more speed to it, so it gaps out a little bit better for him. And he does transition into TCB from there. So this is our 2024 TCB. Wasn't necessarily a TCB guy prior generations. He's been in the blades more often, but a touch more forgiveness. Obviously not a whole lot of offset in these. Just a really good option for him to have the control he still wanted without giving up any kind of precision that he might have expected from his blades in the past.
And that's 5 down through the wedge. Then we get into his sand irons and gap wedge and lob wedge. What does he do there?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, TCB goes through the 10-iron for us, the pitching wedge there, and he has actually the last couple of weeks transitioned into a prototype version of the Opus wedge that we've been working on with some guys on here on tour. We're very fortunate at Callaway. We have a guy inside, Anthony Toronto, who is extremely talented and does a lot of really, really cool stamping. But Erik is he's kind of a wide bottom guy, I would describe himself, not super steep in the turf, and likes to really play with the face. So standard S grinds in his 50 and 56, and then into a 60 is transitioning into the C. So he has a little bit of relief to the sole, both on the trail side and in the heel and toe, so he can really manipulate the face and get to the ball at any lie. So like I said, a very artistic, feel-oriented player, gives him a lot of versatility with that grind.
And how much is he maybe experimenting with different grind and bounce options, or is he changing that based on conditions?
He's a guy, when he finds something he likes, kind of like we had with this 21-degree and stuff, he tends to leave it alone. He's very, very good at finding ways to manipulate the club around. Sure. We have some guys out here that week to week we're doing W and T grinds, and just kind of depending what their needs may be. Erik is very, very simple. He does change wedges quite a bit. he's a guy, we'll have a fresh 60 every 2 events for him. He always wants a fresh face, fresh grooves to go out and attack the ground. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
And last but not least, the putter. Tell us a little bit about that. What makes it so cool? And it's a pretty special.
This is a unique piece. So this is actually brand new to Erik's bag as of last week at Barracuda. We've been looking through his stats and finding ways to help him really excel into the end of the year, and thought this might be a really, really cool opportunity with him in the giraffe beam. So new product for us. It started over in Japan. We've just started getting some pieces over here, and seeding with a few of our guys. Siwoo Kim's another guy who's started looking at a product like this, but obviously with the longer neck, going to have a little bit closer to a face balance kind of setup, but in that classic, number 2 shaping that he's always played in. He was a Toulon San Diego guy for years.
Yeah.
So being able to keep that head shape, give him a little more face balance to match his stroke, as well as our AI insert. It's been a really good piece. I putted very well last week. He's excited to keep rolling with it this week.
Awesome. Well, Zach, thank you so much for taking us around Erik Van Rooyen's bag. We wish him well this week and hope he plays well. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.